Google, Ford, Carhartt, and global infrastructure partners, part of BlackRock, have just done something worth watching closely over the next few years. They have created the Alliance for America's Skilled Trades, an initiative intended to prepare people for jobs these companies, and many others, believe will be essential to the country in the decades ahead. Electricians, automotive technicians, welders, machinists, heating and cooling technicians, construction workers, people who build, install, maintain, and repair the physical systems the rest of the economy depends on. The companies estimate that 2.1 million skilled trade jobs could go unfilled by 2030. That includes a projected need for 130,000 additional electrical workers and more than 350,000 automotive technicians. These are projections, not 2.1 million job offers sitting on a table. The alliance is new. We don't know how large it will become, how accessible its programs will be, or how many people will eventually move through them into lasting careers. Still, something important is happening here. Major companies are identifying a real need and investing in ways to prepare people to meet it. If you are considering college, already in college, recently graduated, or trying to rebuild a career, you should pay attention. I am writing a book called Get Hired in a Broken Job Market. One of its central arguments is that the American job market is not one market. It is several markets behaving as if they have never been introduced. In one, hundreds of applicants compete for a remote corporate position with a vague job description, 5 interviews, and no particular urgency to hire anyone. Candidates revise their resumes, add keywords, complete assessments, and wait. Eventually, some receive a message explaining that the company has moved forward with candidates whose backgrounds more closely align with its needs. Nobody ever explains what that means. Elsewhere, employers cannot find enough people who can wire buildings, repair machinery, service vehicles, and construct the infrastructure required by a modern economy. The first market has plenty of applicants who describe themselves as strategic, collaborative, and results-oriented. The second needs people who can fix the compressor. That difference should affect how people plan their careers. Instead of looking only for jobs that match the title you expected to have, look for evidence of actual need. Where are employers investing? What are they building? Which skills are difficult to find? What work cannot be postponed, outsourced, or converted into an automated email? The new alliance offers one fairly clear answer. The announcement is especially interesting because it comes from companies deeply involved in technology, manufacturing, and infrastructure. Google requires enormous data centers and electrical capacity to support its digital operations and artificial intelligence systems. Ford needs automotive technicians and manufacturing workers capable of dealing with increasingly complicated vehicles. Global infrastructure partners invest in the systems and facilities on which the economy depends. Carhartt supplies clothing to many of the people doing the physical work. These companies are not promoting the trades as a sentimental tribute to the American welder. They need the work done. These companies, and others, believe artificial intelligence will increase productivity, accelerate research, eliminate tedious tasks, and create new kinds of work. It will also disrupt careers and reduce the value of some skills people spent years developing. AI can help design a data center. It can monitor electrical usage and detect a potential equipment failure. It can produce a handsome report explaining why a transformer needs to be replaced. It cannot arrive in a truck and replace the transformer. Somebody still has to build and maintain the physical world beneath the digital one. For decades, American families gave their children the same advice. Go to college if you want to get ahead. That advice came from experience. My father and his brother were among the first members of our family, as far as we know, to earn college degrees. Their education served them well. Like many people of their generation, they passed that ethic along. College was not one possible route. It was the route. The advice remained nearly automatic even as tuition rose, borrowing expanded, and the connection between some degrees and actual employment became increasingly difficult to identify. Eventually, a good idea overstayed its welcome. For some students, college became an extension of high school. They enrolled because it was the next thing they were supposed to do. They earned credits and moved toward graduation without spending much time on the uncomfortable question waiting at the end: what job will this enable me to obtain? For years later, some emerged with a degree, no obvious career direction, and a student loan balance large enough to resemble a mortgage. except a mortgage usually comes with a house. College debt can produce something closer to modern financial serfdom. The borrower is free, technically, but a substantial part of every future paycheck has already been promised. The debt influences which jobs can be accepted, whether a business can be started, when a house can be purchased, and how much risk the borrower can afford to take. There is a faint resemblance to tenant farming. You do the work, but somebody else has a continuing claim on the harvest. That does not make college worthless. Many occupations require a degree, and many students receive an education that serves them well. It does mean that borrowing tens of thousands of dollars without understanding what the education is supposed to accomplish can become a lifelong financial mistake. What should you do with this information? Do not abandon college tomorrow because several companies announced a skilled trades initiative. Do not sign up for the first training program that promises a six-figure income while showing photographs of unusually clean people holding tools. Stop and investigate. If you are contemplating college, look beyond the name of the school and the description of the major. Find out what the degree qualifies you to do, whether employers actually require it, what recent graduates earn, and how many obtain related work. Calculate the likely monthly loan payment. Then compare that route with an apprenticeship, technical program, associate degree, or employer-sponsored training. Find out what the skilled work involves on an ordinary Tuesday. Ask about starting pay, licensing, physical demands, geography, and the time required to become fully qualified. The choice should depend on the person. Some people enjoy building and repairing tangible things. Others would hate it. Some are comfortable moving among job sites and solving physical problems. Others belong in laboratories, classrooms, offices, or hospitals. The point is not to replace everyone should attend college with everyone should become an electrician. The point is to make a decision instead of following an instruction. If you are already in college, examine where the program is taking you. You may decide to finish, transfer, add a technical qualification, or move in a different direction. Someone close to graduation may have good reason to complete the degree. Someone in the first year may have more room to reconsider. Changing direction is not failure. Continuing down the wrong road because turning around would be embarrassing is not an impressive form of success. Recent graduates should look for ways to combine their education with practical demand. Growing trade and infrastructure businesses need more than people holding tools. They need estimators, project coordinators, schedulers, safety specialists, salespeople, purchasing staff, recruiters, and managers. A business, communications, or liberal arts degree may become more useful when connected to an industry that is actually expanding. Do not search only by the title printed on the diploma. Follow the economic activity and look around it. Mid-career workers should do the same. Becoming an apprentice electrician at 52 may not be realistic physically or financially. Working for an electrical contractor as an estimator, operations manager, recruiter, or customer service specialist may be entirely realistic. A shortage in one occupation usually creates work around that occupation. The well-publicized recognition of a labor shortage will attract training programs. Some will be excellent. Others will be expensive brochures connected to payment portals. Before enrolling, talk to employers and people already doing the work. Ask whether the credential is recognized. Find out how many students finish, how many obtain relevant jobs, and what they actually earn. Investigate apprenticeships. They can offer a particularly attractive bargain. Supervised training, work experience, and wages without 4 years of college debt. The starting pay may be modest and the best programs competitive, but learning while being paid has an obvious advantage over borrowing while being uncertain. Pay attention to location. A national shortage does not guarantee a local opening. The opportunity may be 3 states away or connected to a temporary project. The 2.1 million figure describes a national need. You need an actual path into an actual occupation in a place where you can live. The Alliance for America's Skilled Trades will not repair the job market by itself. We will see how the programs develop, how many employers participate, and how many people ultimately build careers through them. It is nevertheless a promising start. The initiative may create good training and clearer routes into occupations the country needs. The attention surrounding it may also cause students and families to reconsider work they had never been encouraged to view as successful. If you are entering the workforce or attempting to re-enter it, treat this announcement as a signal. Compare what these companies say they will need with the direction you are currently traveling. Investigate the work. Investigate the training. Investigate the cost. Decide whether the opportunity fits your interests, abilities, and circumstances. A four-year degree is not the only proof of ability. The office is not the only destination. Artificial intelligence will change the future of work, but it will not eliminate the physical world. Somebody will still have to build that world, power it, cool it, maintain it, and repair it when it inevitably stops cooperating. The economy still needs people who can do something. It always has. The rest of us became distracted by the carpeting.